It's a beautiful day again today, and on HR Uncensored, when leaders fail to lead us, when leaders fail to lead us, in any organization, in any company, it doesn't matter, be it a small company, be it a big company, there are certain individuals at position of power, position of influence, position of authority. It could be leadership in the form of a general manager, leadership in the form of a manager, leadership in the form of a director. It could be leadership in the form of a team leader, a supervisor, you name it. It could be leadership in whichever form, at whichever level. But there are times when leaders fail to lead us. And this in its essence has very, very serious, significant impact on the employees that directly report to you, or even other associates that work with you, because they see what you do, they hear what you say. And if you are to be a good leader, then be a leader who demonstrates by speech and by conduct the values that you uphold, and above all, the culture that you want your people to live with in the industry that you are working in. Now, it is very, very unfortunate, it is very, very sad when leaders, in whichever capacity, the things that they say and do not reflect their leadership capacity. On the contrary, it shows how a failure they are in the eyes of their employees. Number one, if you are a leader and you have a particular inclination to a few employees in your organization, like they are your preferred employees, and at this I mean you will only extend certain favors, you will only be soft to them, you will have a soft spot for them, so that even if for any reason they will make a mistake, or they will come late, or they'll commit a misdemeanor, that one will be swept right under the carpet. But if another employee does something similar to that, they are crucified as if the world has come to an end. If you are doing that, then you are failing us. If you are a leader in whichever capacity, and you will subject a few employees to particular shifts that are not always the favorable to all of them, but you find an employee is, for example, on a night shift for 2-3 months consecutively, and yet the others have alternative shifts, and they're not subjected to prolonged shifts of a particular schedule, then you are failing us. If you are a leader in whichever capacity, and for one reason or the other, there is 1, 2, 3 or only 4 employees who only get promotions in your department, who only get salary increment in your department, and yet you've got others in your department. There is no status change at all. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You are failing us. If you are a leader, again in whichever capacity, and you have absolutely no idea what your employees are going through in your department, either in terms of their workload or in terms of the balance of their tasks and responsibility, or in terms of what they are going through as individuals, even in their personal capacity, then you are failing us. If you are a leader in whichever capacity and you have so little time, even just to spare, to listen to your own employees or the people who are working with you directly or indirectly, you are failing us. And that's why we are saying, when leaders fail to lead us. Now, the tragedy is, most of the employees, they will see things that are not going right. They will see actions taken by the leaders that will be termed as unfair, not balanced, and there'll be no rationale even to the decisions that they are taking. But because their hands are tied and they cannot be able to do much about it, they will just suck it in and continue living. The risk of such kind of behaviors, the risk of such kind of a culture where leaders fail to lead their employees by how they conduct themselves, is that employees will drift into what we call the quit and stay. The quit and stay employee is that employee who is just there physically, but mentally, emotionally, psychologically, they're not with you at all. They're not in the company at all. They are already gone. They left the company long time ago, and that's why we call them the quit and stay. And these quit and stay employees, majority of them, you'll find that they're very, very good at what they do. Very good. Sometimes I even brand them Ferrari candidates, you know. They're very good at what they do. But because the leadership of the department or the leadership of the company or the leadership of the organization has failed to see the value of the people that are working for them or are working with them, the leadership fails them in many aspects, whether it could be in terms of a proper leadership in terms of the job structure, proper leadership in terms of their development, proper leadership in terms of their career progression, proper leadership in terms of their availability of leaders just to be present, proper leadership in terms of just the daily engagement with their own employees. When leaders fail to lead us or to lead the employees, then the greatest tragedy is having employees who are just physically present, but they're not there with you. They will not promote your brand. They will not promote your culture. They'll not promote your vision. They will not support your values. They will only be there. And the moment they get the next exit, I can guarantee you without a fear of contradiction, they will fly. They will leave you hanging. And God forbid, but if you have a mass exodus at one time of employees who are dissatisfied with the leadership of the organization, then that is when you will come to terms with what is ailing and what is hurting your organization. It's not because the organization is not good, it's not because the company is not good, but majority of the employees will leave your company because of the leadership that has failed to meet its obligation, because of the leadership that has failed to live by the values of the company, to live by the vision of the company. It is because of such leadership that employees will be on a quit and stay mode. So on this episode of HR Uncensored, we bring to light leaders who fail to lead us. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are other reasons and examples that we will exemplify in the coming episodes of some of the behaviors that are demonstrated by these leaders, behaviors that are very, very, very serious, and if they are not put to check, then it's the company that will suffer as a result of the employees not only quitting physically from the company, but not working to their optimum because they are already gone from the system. They're only there physically. So, be safe, be kind, and remember, leaders, please lead us, and don't just be leaders who are there for self-interest, self-exaltation, and for the sake of only you, yourself, and nobody else. From us, enjoy your day, be safe, be kind. This is DHR Uncensored.